This is Maggie. I am going to do the chart of Brian Jones. I just actually looked at his chart and his chart kind of disappeared on me, but I was going to do a death chart on him, which I don't usually do. He's part of the 27 Club, one of the founders of the Rolling Stones. And yeah, I was going to add him to my 27 Club playlist, but so what I did was just his natal chart. He died in London, so I believe his natal chart is probably a suburb of London. So I just left his natal chart, and I did his transits for the day of his death, which is July 3rd, 1969 in London. Yeah, that was a hell of a year, I'll tell you. 1969, all kinds of songs about that. But this is his chart. You can get any chart you want for free. Just go to Astrology, go to the extended chart selection, and click on whatever kind of chart you want. I also looked at his progressions, but I decided just to stick with this transit. So the transits are in green on the outside wheel. So the day of his death was July 3rd, 1969. I don't have the exact time, but it was ruled accidental death by drowning, caused by his asthma. He had asthma. So he did have health problems, and that's this opposition, Virgo Sun opposition. He had Pluto on his ascendant. Pluto and Virgo on your ascendant, close enough inside of your ascendant. Pluto is the planet of death, death, transformation, the phoenix rising out of the ashes. And it's if Pluto's on your sun or ascendant, and of course a lot of people have that, doesn't mean you're going to die. But I do remember when my dad passed away, he had Pluto sitting right on his sun, transiting Pluto, sitting on his sun, which was there for years. So in Brian's case, it's on his ascendant. Also, his north node is in Virgo, and Neptune. It's Neptune's in Virgo. And Neptune is like spirituality. It's the other side. It's a great dissolver of all things. It dissolves. It's just, it dissolved his life into the other world through drugs and alcohol. And he had some mental problems as well, or emotional problems, which most people who use a lot of drugs and alcohol do. And a lot of that, I'm sure, was caused by this intensity he had right here of the Pluto moon and Chiron conjunction. But I'm just going to focus on his transits. So Jupiter is sitting right on his Neptune, and Uranus this was sudden, unexpected death. Suddenly. So both Jupiter and Neptune are the rulers of Pisces. They're in the Virgo, the planet of hell, and they're opposing his sun. Opposing his sun in Pisces. He was a Pisces. Pisces is a Pisces. So tragically, he died in the water, which is very Neptunian. Neptune is the king of the sea, the king of the sea, and Jupiter just expands and enlarges. And in this case, it enlarged his health problems, which were, addiction, asthma, and alcohol, and of course it was in a pool. So, and Pluto Pluto back to Pluto. It's the ruler of Scorpio. It's death. I mean, it's death. Transformation is death, transforming to the other side. So sitting on your ascendant's your body. It's your body, and this is his health. It's affecting his health. Caused major health problems that brought him to the other side. Jupiter sitting right on his Neptune. And Uranus was sudden, unexpected. Let's just check the degree. 29th degree, 29 degrees is a critical degree for Neptune to have in Virgo anyway, that he has. And also his North Node is in Virgo. So he made exceptional music and made it to the top through his career. But with a lot of challenges, as you could see, with these oppositions that he had and these inconjuncts. But I'm just going to check the degree of Jupiter. It's Jupiter, 28 degrees Virgo, and Uranus is transiting Uranus is 0 degrees Libra, but it's still, because it's so close, within like 3 degrees, it's a conjunction. So, yeah, it just a sudden, unexpected death, that's for sure. Jupiter, first house Jupiter, and Pluto on your ascendant, and Uranus. Drugs and alcohol, I'm sure, were involved as well, having the sun in Pisces, and both rulers, both Neptune is the ruler of Pisces in his first house natally, and then Jupiter, the other co-ruler of Pisces, sitting on his Neptune, just expanded problems with his health. And then Pluto just is death. Not always, as I say, if you have Pluto, please don't freak out if you have first house Pluto. Yeah, so anyway, his moon on that day, that fatal day, was in Virgo. God, it's in the 6th house. I almost said Virgo because it's in the 6th house of Virgo. It's in the 6th house of Virgo, but it's in Aquarius. So he was with his friends, when he passed away, he was with his friends. And it was shocking. Everybody was in shock. The shock is Uranus. It's the shock. It's like the Tower card. It's like totally unexpected, horrible event to happen. With his mates in the swimming pool at probably a party. But so the moon is in his 6th house of Virgo, yet it's in Aquarius, so I'm sure he was with his friends. And Aquarius is all about friends. Friends and groups. If it was his groups, group, his bandmates. Transiting North Node, when you're faded and dusted, it's like destiny. The North Node is in Pisces. His sun is in Pisces. North Node, even though they're not exact conjunction, it still is significant enough to affect his body, his health. And, the end of his life in this case. Chiron, transiting Chiron was in Aries. Aries rules the head. Transiting Saturn. Transiting Saturn's in Taurus. He had Saturn in Taurus. they're not exact, but I don't have the exact time of his death. So, but Venus is conjunct his Mars, and Mercury, Mercury's in Gemini, the MC. So yeah, he was at the top of his career when he passed away. You know, he fulfilled his Venus. Venus in Taurus is the voice, the arts, making beautiful music. He was a professional, you know, at the top in his profession. Saturn is, you know, making a lot of money, climbing. It's also hardship. It's hardship. It is a malefic. However, it's accomplishments, his accomplishments as a musician in his career. You know, he put something up there in his midheaven musically, which is quite an accomplishment. Mercury, the planet of communication in Gemini, is conjunct his natal Jupiter. So of course there was a lot of news about this event. Transiting Sun is in Cancer. Again, I'm thinking of the pool, the way he died, you know, in the swimming pool. They said it was caused by asthma, so it could be like asphyxiation. You know, you're drowning, you can't breathe. But it was in water. It was in water, and yeah. So I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to leave it there. Oh, actually not. I didn't go around the whole wheel. So we left transiting moon was in the 6th house of Virgo, health, and transiting Mars is in Scorpio in the 3rd house, again with his mates. You know, 3rd houses, but it's in Scorpio along with Neptune, both Mars and Neptune in Scorpio in the 3rd house. Mars is the ruler of Scorpio along with Pluto, and it is a malefic, and Neptune is the way he died, you know, in the water, in the pool. And, you know, it was with his friends. When you think of 3rd house, you think of Gemini, you know, parties with your friends and your neighbors and your siblings, short trips. In this case, it's again in the water sign, Scorpio. You know, death by water, in the water. Neptune, king of the sea, in the pool. Mars, malefic. You know, just the way he died. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it there. I do hope you enjoyed this. As a rule, I never do. I never do death charts. So the transits are here. They're all earth signs. Yeah, it's got Mars, Saturn. Oh yeah, up here. It's got Mars, Saturn, and Uranus, all in earth signs. And then the North Node, the Ascendant, and Neptune. Also in Earth, which is the Virgo. Anyway, that's just a recap. So I'm going to stop this share. I hope everyone is being safe. Please take care of yourselves. Stay safe during this pandemic. And take care. I'm going to add this to the 27 Club playlist because one of my subscribers thankfully suggested it, you know, that he should be in there. So this is for him. I'm sorry, I forgot his name. He requested it so long ago that, you know, it's buried in my email somewhere, my notification. So this is for you. All right, take care.